Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Hope this video finds you well today. This is Potnera Psycho Bride. I want to talk to you about this orchid and a big mistake I've made this past winter with my collection. Now, to an experienced eye, somewhat experienced grower, you already know why I have this orchid in my home and away from the rest of my collection. But if you don't know, let me show you and tell you really quick. Do you see that yellow color breaking of the blush pink petals? That is a tall tale sign that you have a sick and virused orchid. And I know some people, beginner growers, don't know that orchids can get viruses. But let me show you up here. You see how this bloom, that middle yellow color evenly fades out to that pink blushy petal. Then you move down to this one and you see a little bit of streaking, a little bit of splotching, and then this one worsens. That's not normal. If your blooms have that color break in there like that, it's a tall tale sign. Now, the mistake I have made is somewhat of a story, but I'll shorten it for you guys. So I received a Phalaenopsis orchid from the Maui Orchid Whisperer last year, and it just didn't look in good shape. Leaves were kind of root system was and that's okay. But then it started growing its flower spikes. And the flower spikes were just so deformed and took so long. I mean months to bud. And then the buds were strange looking. And then when it bloomed, it had color break on the petals. And I thought, oh no. And the orchid that bloomed next to it, which was a very sentimental orchid from my children, rebloomed for me, and it had color break on its petals. And I knew it was a virus after that. And unfortunately, I have been community watering all this time. And that means I've been using the same water for my watering day for my entire collection. I fill the pot up, I soak the orchid, take it out, let it dry, put another orchid in the watering pot. And I believe this is how this one got the virus. And it did not show any other signs except for a deformed bud that did blast around this area. And then once these opened with the color breaking. And, you know, I have a small greenhouse with a somewhat large collection, over 300 plants. And that's just the easiest way for me to water my potted plants is community pot, a community watering pot. And unfortunately, that was a mistake of mine because that sick orchid that I received from the Maui Orchid Whisperer just didn't infect the orchid that was sitting next to it, which was a very sentimental orchid. But now, because I made the mistake of community watering, I have more sick orchids, and I pray that I don't have more in the greenhouse. There's no way I can order 300 plus test kits to figure out if all of my orchids have a virus and test them. I just don't have the money for that. So what I have to do is wait for them to rebloom and see if they have that color break like that. So unfortunately, you cannot cure an orchid virus. The only thing is I could keep this secluded and let it grow out and hope the virus grows out from the new growth or throw it away. But it's a learning curve, and I just keep my fingers crossed that my whole collection or more plants are not infected. So this is what color break looks like. I'll be keeping this secluded in my house to enjoy the blooms. And then I'll make a decision what to do from there. Send it to a friend, keep it here, or throw it out. It's all a learning process. And like I've said before, growing orchids is a balancing game and you're bound to kill some. All right, guys, I just wanted to show you this. Happy growing. Until next time.